Black Armband Day, Will.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I'm going to say today, now that I'm thinking about it.
We'll do this quick then.
All right, and thanks for listening, everyone.
That's like the slowest. I think that might be the slowest song we've ever opened with.
That's the fastest thing I've listened to all day.
That's techno for you.
Yeah, I'm at a rave right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want some breaking news?
What?
The Ted Lindsay Award finalists were just named.
Yeah, sir. McDavid?
Taylor Hall, McKinnon, McDavid.
Nice. I just saw that. It's popped up on Twitter.
Yeah, same.
So the Ted Lindsay Award. That's for, because they renamed the award, like, not that long ago, right?
Yeah.
So it's formerly known as the Lester B. Pearson Award, is awarded annually to the NHL's most outstanding player in the regular season as judged by the members of the NHLPA. I say it'll probably be McDavid's.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Although McKinnon...
I think it'll be Hall.
Imagine?
I hope so.
Should be. He had a good year. I mean, all three of those players had great years. Just one of them didn't make the playoffs, but...
I hope it's Hall, now that I think about it.
Yeah. I kind of hope it's McKinnon. I like McKinnon.
Yeah, but I don't want Edmonton to feel good today, so...
No, I said
Hall.
McKinnon.
No, I said I don't want Edmonton to feel good today, so I'm picking Hall.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. For some reason I drew a blank there.
Yeah.
Forgot that.
Yeah, I know you said McKinnon.
Yeah, I was like, it doesn't sound like McDavid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, well.
You want to talk about last night, or do you want to do that after our little break, or what do you want to do?
We could talk a bit about last night.
Okay. What'd you think?
It was an entertaining game. The first 40 minutes was really entertaining because it was back and forth. I mean, that's what hockey's supposed to look like good hockey. Both goaltenders were atrocious.
Not good, eh?
Yeah, that was one of the worst goaltended games I've ever seen. Everything that was thrown on net went in. You know what it reminded me of?
What?
The Chicago-Philadelphia series when Michael Leighton and Antti Niemi were the goaltenders. That for the entire series, everything went in on both goalies.
Yeah.
Everything. Michael Leighton was a starting goaltender for the Flyers for some reason. After a couple injuries, I think. And then Antti Niemi, well, that guy just fights the puck anyway. But he got a cup out of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it reminded me of a game like that, a game in that series, but it was rough. It was hard to watch. I mean, I'm not a fan of either team. I wasn't rooting for any of the teams at all. But one had to win.
And the one I wanted to win did not.
Yeah. So 7-4 final. The Leafs blew what did they blow?
4-3.
4-3 lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that just goes back in the memory bank, and then just move forward, build off of it. Most of the Leafs are 25 and under.
Yeah. Just put it in the back of your mind until they play Boston in a Game 7 again, and probably choke away a lead once more.
Your dad and Kelsey must be.
Yeah, I text Kelsey during the set. Here, you want to go through the range of emotions I went through last night? The second intermission, I was like, you know what? They might actually do it. They might actually win.
Yeah.
And then Torrey Krug scored, and I was like, oh yeah, this is I almost swore. This is the Maple Leafs.
I don't know. Like, everyone's kind of like ripping on the Leafs today, like on Twitter and social media and stuff.
They just stopped playing in the third period.
What's that?
They just stopped playing in the third period. I'm not even that mad at them. I think the thing I'm just more frustrated with is, like, you go on Twitter and it's Nick Kiprio saying Babcock's lost Matthews. Like,
Yeah.
okay, relax. First of all,
You know what? What's wrong with Matthews? We'll
he's
find out.
hurt.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow that his shoulder is not good. He's been probably taking cortisone in it for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because when he came back, remember he wasn't great instantly again.
No.
He didn't look that great when he came back from injury at the end of the season.
No.
But they had to get him in to get his feet wet before the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and everyone's gonna say, "Oh, well, look at Wayne Simmons." Wayne Simmons, like with the injuries he had, I know he was injured all year and he only missed 7 games. That guy had one of the worst seasons of his career. He wasn't playing well.
Yeah, he just did it.
Yeah.
That's like Provorov. Everyone going, how about him doing that? Well, he's the reason they lost that game.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, all these guys are playing so hurt. Yeah, the Flyers lost.
Yeah, be like, look at you. Like, for example, like me playing one game in the NHL, and they're, look at you, you're in the NHL. Yeah, but I was on the ice for 15 goals against.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like Jake Gardner last night.
Yeah, really.
He was on the ice for, I'm pretty sure, all 7 goals. All 7.
I thought it was 5, but...
He's a -5, but he had an assist. So he was on the ice for 1.
Yeah. Just back on Wayne Simmons for a sec. He had 46 points this year.
Yeah.
He usually scores 30. He had 24.
Yeah.
He usually gets 55 points. He had 46. So he was hurt all year, and it showed.
Yeah.
So Matthews can be hurt, and he can play hurt, but it doesn't mean he has to play well.
He still had a goal and 26 shots. It's not like he had 3 shots on net.
Yeah.
And was a -20 or something.
And you know what? No disrespect to the players he was playing with the last couple of games, but Hyman and Brown aren't Nylander and anyone else.
Yeah.
They get him the puck, but those guys are third liners on a lot of teams. Not most teams, because there's a lot of bad teams out there, but they're third liners.
I didn't think they were that. I didn't think Hyman and Brown were that bad.
No, I didn't think they were that.
I thought
bad,
Brown contributed a lot more to that line than Nylander did in the playoffs.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Brown's a Swiss Army knife. He can do a lot of good things. Hyman's good too, but those guys aren't as skilled as... Say if you put, for example, you put Marner on that line with Matthews and Marlowe. Just try it to see what happens.
Well, they scored 2 goals with it last night.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Yeah, Plekanec won the opening draw and then went off.
Yeah.
And then came on. That was funny. I was like, that's such a Michel Terrier, Guy Carbonell, Claude Julien thing to do. Pull Plekanec right off the ice right away.
It was such a Mike Babcock thing to do, because every game they were like, Plekanec is warming up with, or did line rushes with Marner and Marlowe, and then he circled to start with Janssen and Kapanen, and then he ends up starting with... I don't know.
Plekanec is one of the guys I feel good for about the playoff he had, because after the first 2 games, it was like, why are they putting him on this line with Marlowe and Marner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he played really well.
It worked.
Yeah, and I thought he played all right for the amount of time he was on the ice and the games he played with those guys, but I thought they could have played Matthews a little bit more.
Unless he's hurt.
Yeah, but again, we won't know that until tomorrow, Friday. They clean out their lockers, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to take a break and come back?
Yeah. I'm chipper today.
Yeah. We'll talk about what the Leafs need to do this offseason, and we're not going to go crazy.
No. I read that all day. I don't need that garbage anymore. All right. Blow it up. Babcock's lost Matthews in the dressing room. One of them's got to go. I was a big fan of the Freddie's got to go too.
Oh yeah.
Takes. You got to trade Nylander for a defenseman.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back. Will said maybe we should pick the energy up a bit.
Yeah, as I picked Texas King Boomerang. They're from London. They're at the, what is it called? The Red Dog in Peterborough. Friday night.
Yep, be there.
Be there.
If you're in Peterborough, be there.
Yeah. What do you think about some of the Leafs UFAs? Who would you like to see come back, and who would you like to see walk?
All right, so first we should say who they are. Leo Komarov, Tyler Bozak, JVR. I think that's it. No?
Roman Polak, Thomas Buchanan.
Yeah.
Dominic
Moore. Okay. I'd like I wouldn't mind Tyler Bozak back, but I think he's going to get more than the Leafs are willing to pay.
Yeah.
So,
he might price himself out a bit.
Yeah. I don't want Leo Komarov back. I didn't want Leo Komarov back last year.
This is the end of his 3-year deal, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And then Thomas Plekanec. I doubt he's back.
No, he's going back to Montreal to ride off in the sunset.
I don't even know if they would take him. They seem to want to go younger. I don't know. I think if he doesn't sign in Montreal, I think he's done. He'll just stop playing.
That's a good point.
Which would be too bad, but, I mean, he doesn't produce anymore. He's good at what he had a good playoff, though. But.
Yeah. It's like the Leafs just decided to put him in the lineup in Game 3, and he finally showed up.
Yeah. Had his best games as a Leaf.
Yeah.
Then the other one would be Dominic Moore.
I don't think Babcock likes him. He won't be back.
No, and he's 37.
Yeah.
Plekanec is 35 too. You guys have, and then Roman Polak.
I don't think he'll be back. They got to make an upgrade on the back end. I think that was pretty obvious in this playoff and season.
I say if Polak's on your third pairing next season, that means they didn't do enough to upgrade their defense core. Then they have RFAs. So William Nylander's the big one. Then Andreas Johnsson and Connor Carrick are the others.
Yeah, I think they'll keep Nylander.
Yeah. I don't know about Carrick, but I'm pretty sure they'll keep the two forwards there, Nylander and Johnsson.
I don't know. Depending on what options they have, it will depend on if they keep Carrick or not. Because I don't think Babcock liked Carrick either.
No, he didn't play a lot.
No, he didn't play one. He didn't play one game in the playoffs.
No, and he played a hell of a lot less this year than he did last year.
Yeah,
didn't he?
Big time.
That's too bad. He's not a terrible defenseman.
No, but
he can move the puck a little bit more. But
yeah,
and he's only 24.
Yeah,
he played 20 less games this year, but he had 12 points. And last year he played 67 games, and he had 8 points.
Mm-hmm. I think they got to sign Johnsson and Kapanen because that's who's going to fill the roles of Komarov and JVR. Because I don't think either one of them are staying.
What about a guy like so? Off air a while ago, we were talking about some replacements for these players. I know they're going to end up replacing at least one, maybe two of them within. And then for the rest, they either have to acquire through trade or promote. Not promote, but look at some UFAs. But a guy like Johnsson, he could potentially replace a Komarov, right?
Or Kapanen.
Yeah, or what about Carl Grundstrom?
Yeah, either one. They're all faster upgrades, younger upgrades.
Yeah, and probably a little bit more offensive upside too.
Yeah. I'd like, back to the back end there, I'd like to see Liljegren in the lineup next year.
What did he do this year? I wonder. I know he played most of the year in the AHL.
He played the whole year there.
But he went over and played in the World Juniors.
Yeah, he won silver with Sweden.
Yeah, he had 17 points in 44 games with the Marlies. That's a goal and 16 assists. Pretty good. First year pro.
Yeah.
First year North American pro.
I'd like him to make a jump like Dermott did.
Yeah, even if he just gets his feet wet like Dermott too, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That means you drafted the right guy. Who else do they got coming defensively? Like, I know Andrew Nielsen's a guy. I don't know what he would project to be. Is he still down there? Yeah, Justin Hall.
Yeah, I remember him for a week and a half.
I
Honestly, all these names you're saying, though, and I might just be jaded today, they're all better options than Roman Polak.
Borgman, remember him?
Yeah, better option than Polak.
Yeah. Who else do they have down there? That's really it. A lot of these guys are on AHL deals, right?
Yeah.
Well, Marincin. Callie Rosen. He might be the guy. Like him or Borgman, I could see replacing Polak.
Yeah.
Just as like a 6 or a 7. And then, I don't know. Like I'm writing something for our website, and I say I think the number one thing that the Leafs have to do is, other than try to lock up some of their big three with Nylander, Marner, and Matthews, which is going to be tough to do.
Mm-hmm.
But they should take a look at John Carlson, who had 68 points with the Capitals this year. Big year. Most years he gets around 50. Number one defenseman. The only thing about him, it's going to be hard to pry him away from a place like Washington, where he's played his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
He's American, but he plays right defense. He had 15 goals. He's a top pairing guy. I don't know. I could see him leaving Washington if Washington loses to Pittsburgh in this series here.
Does that start tonight? Yesterday, technically?
Yeah, it's starting right now. Yesterday. Yesterday at this time.
Yesterday at this time?
Yeah, possibly. As for the replacements for the fourth line center, Freddie Gauthier is there.
Frederick the Goat.
I don't know how much Babcock likes him.
I don't think he does. Babcock's got his favorites, and if you aren't truculent...
You know what I heard on
you aren't
TSN radio today?
Wait, I didn't listen. What'd you hear?
It was just Ray, who's...
I haven't listened to that part yet. I listened to the podcast.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Yeah, so Ray was just saying that when Datsuk and Zetterberg were signing extensions in Detroit, one of the questions they had was who was coaching the team long term. And eventually they got the kinks ironed out, and they both signed, but they both had issues with Mike Babcock.
Jeepers.
Yeah, I know, right? So those two are they're two of the league's most respected players over the last decade. And I just thought that was kind of weird. But even a guy like Chelios is very, very, very outspoken, as people in Montreal remember. And he doesn't like Babs. But I mean, coaches aren't there to be your friend either. That's what assistant coaches are for.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Kirk Muller has never been a very successful NHL head coach, because he's a player's coach. The only one I can think of that's a player's coach and is having a great level of success is Gerard Gallant in Vegas.
Yeah.
But he started as an assistant, he was an assistant in Montreal, but his first time around he wasn't that good in Columbus.
It's falling apart. It's falling apart before it even begins.
Yeah, I wouldn't read too much into the players.
You're laughing.
Not I don't know. It doesn't, at the end of the day, they're paying Babcock $6 million to coach the team, and I mean, they didn't have the success they probably would have liked to at least get to the second round this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sucks it didn't happen, but you were a game away from it. And
20
remember when he said
away.
there was pain coming? That was 2 years ago. They made the playoffs the first year.
No, that was almost
3 years?
It was almost 4.
Good.
This coming up season will be his 4th season with the team.
Oh, well. Still a young team.
Thanks for talking me off the cliff, buddy.
That's a young team. All I'm saying. Other than that, I don't know who could replace. I said if they lose a guy like JVR, do they look at some other veterans? Like Kane, I don't believe is going to leave San Jose.
No, I think he's good there.
Who else they
Kane.
got? David Perron, big year for him.
He'll stay in Vegas.
He should. Not a guy who gets a lot of goals. He had 16 goals, 66 points. JVR is definitely the best option, but another guy is James Neal, like I said to you a while ago.
I don't think he's leaving Vegas either. Now that you say that.
Yeah, and the Thomas Tatar project in Vegas hasn't really worked out yet. Because when they brought in Tatar, it was speculated that Thomas Tatar would replace Neal if they couldn't sign him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
I think they'll just keep them both. And Neal's 2 years older than JVR too.
Yeah.
And JVR had 36 goals. I know they weren't the nicest goals.
No, they're all within like 3.5 feet.
Yeah, he's a goal line player.
I'll be honest with you, I think he lost a lot of money in the playoffs.
Yeah, he might have.
Because he was awful. He had the one goal, but he was awful. He gave you that feeling every time he carried the puck over the blue line. You're like, he's gonna lose it. You know when you have those players that you see them carrying it over, and you're like, he's not doing anything if this is going the other way, and it always did.
He had 3 goals.
2 of them were in like.
Oh yeah.
One was in like the 7-3 loss that they had.
Yeah. I didn't realize though. Like I didn't realize he had that many.
Yeah.
Guy doesn't pass the puck.
Yeah.
Because all of his goals are within 2 feet.
Yeah, so he never has it, but if he does, he turns it over.
Yeah. Remember, he's a guy that the current Leafs management kind of inherited too, right?
Yep, he is.
Actually, all 3 of those guys are. They're big 3 UFAs. Bozak, JVR, and Komarov.
They are all
inherited
Nonis projects.
Nonis. Yeah, was it Nonis and Burke, right?
Yeah.
Berkey.
Well, Berkey traded Luke Shanaway for JVR.
That's a hit. Like that was his only good move, right?
Yeah, you get one once in a blue moon.
Yeah. Speaking of Burke, maybe we'll just switch gears here for a sec.
Okay.
The Flames hired Billy Peters.
Yeah, I was right. First of all.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you think that team is going? I mean, I like Bill Peters. I think he's a good coach.
I didn't like Glenn Gulletson.
That guy's a hothead.
I didn't like him, and I think they're much better off to not have him on this team. Like every time the team didn't do something right, or he wanted a rah-rah rally cry, he'd throw a stick over the glass, or he'd make a big scene for TSN to play over and over again. And obviously it didn't work for him, so see you later, I think.
I think he's a screamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
I think Peters is going to be a good fit there, too. I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that Peters didn't get other offers, too. I know he's an Alberta guy. You can tell by the way he talks. He's also part of the Babcock coaching tree.
Mm-hmm.
There's like him, Todd McClellan's another one. They all coach kind of similar games. If anyone gets a chance, go look at that conference. When Peters was introduced as Calgary's head coach. I think it was on TSN.ca. I was watching it.
Yeah, it was something.
Pretty funny. He sounds like Babcock. It's just funny to me.
Yeah.
Oh well. A couple other coaches are still out there too. Vino.
Yeah, I think that'll all. I don't know.
Calgary's figured itself out rather quickly, I thought.
Well, they didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah, they just wanted to they wanted some guidance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they don't have a first-round pick. They don't have a second-round pick either.
Yeah.
Their first draft pick this year is in like the third or fourth round.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Imagine, maybe we'll switch gears here to the draft lottery this weekend.
Yes, I almost forgot.
Imagine
The
Islanders end up winning the draft lottery with the pick they received from Calgary in the Travis Hamonic trade this summer.
My God, that would be a kick in the nuts, eh?
That's almost like Tyler Seguin.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Calgary's first has 2 fourth-round picks, and that's their first 2 picks in the draft. They have 4 picks total.
They don't have to show up till Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless they field offers on one of their veterans.
Travis Hamonic.
Yeah. And maybe you'll get 3 picks for him. I guarantee you're not getting your first, second, and third, though.
No.
That ship sailed.
Mm-hmm.
But, the draft lottery is Saturday. That's tomorrow, when this day after this comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
you excited?
I'm hopeful. Yeah, I'm hopeful.
I was excited. I remember when I was a young boy like you.
Yeah, you were my age.
I think I was.
23. Yeah, 2 years ago.
No, I wasn't 23, was I? I'm 24 now. I was 22.
Oh, yeah, 22.
But I remember I was a young, hopeful boy like you.
Yeah.
But just wait, 2 years later, the coach will lose them and everyone will want him gone. And he won't produce in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm going to be doing anything special.
I work.
I was thinking about going to Barney's this weekend, the outdoor patio in London.
Yeah, rub it in.
I work next weekend, I'm pretty sure, so...
College graduation in town, so I'm covering it.
Oh, I thought you meant... There's college in Madawaska Valley? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get to cover that, and then there's... everyone here, I'm sure, cares about this, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, I won't be watching the draft lottery or hanging out in patios.
Well, one thing that kind of sucks, man, is the lottery. I was looking at the way it's going to be announced today. Is like the top 4 picks are going to be announced at the intermission of the Vegas San Jose game, which is late.
That's like midnight.
Well,
that's probably a 10:30 start.
Tonight they played 8. I don't know why, but they do. Oh no, they played 10 tonight. What the hell? So, no, it's 8 p.m. They start at 8 p.m. on Saturday.
I liked when they showed everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. I was reading it earlier.
Look at the NHL going and ruining something they have going for them. God, I'm so excited the season's almost over.
This is, it says how... I don't know. I was reading it about it a while ago though. I was like, that sucks. You know who put it up was Austin Broad.
Our boy.
Yeah. So he put up. I think he wrote something about it too. Crazy. I don't know why they would do that.
You want to do a draft lottery simulator right now? I'm gonna pull it up.
Sure, I'll do one too.
Who do you think's gonna win? For those of you at home, you make your pick too, and I'll tell you if you're in or not.
It'll be Chicago, Rangers, Carolina.
Chicago, Rangers, Carolina.
Yeah. Just because it's just like that online.
Say that again, sorry.
I said Chicago, Rangers, Carolina.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Florida. It just popped up Florida. That was all that came up.
Florida? I got...
Okay, you got Rangers, Sabres, Senators.
I got Chicago, Carolina, Buffalo. So that means Montreal drops 2 spots, Ottawa drops 2 spots, Buffalo drops 2 spots.
Mm-hmm.
be something. Tankathon.com.
That's what I'm on. That's not the one we always use, though.
No, me neither. I just typed it in and came up.
NHL Lottery Simulator, I think that's the one.
I just want Montreal to move up. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 spots. I just want them to move up one, so I have something a little bit more to get excited about.
Okay, here's the real one that we know and love. So you said Chicago Rangers.
Carolina.
Chicago. Buffalo. Montreal. How far down is Chicago? They'd have to win big to. I've done it a couple times, and Chicago's won it every time.
Yeah. If that happens, I'm gonna snap. That's not fair.
Life ain't fair, kid. Look at me.
Weeping 24 hours later.
I know what song we're closing out with.
Chicago would have to move up 6 spots, so I guess they're picking 7. 7th, I guess.
Chicago? I just closed it. I think so.
I wrote a mock draft last week.
Mm-hmm.
An updated one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do the lottery though. I'll write one after the lottery's done, as well. Just the top 10. I'm not doing a friggin' whole thing. That's ridiculous. This mock draft on Tankathon.com had, say the lottery. So the Rangers win. They get Dahlin. Coyotes pick Svechnikov, sends Zadina, Tkachuk to the Sabres, and Boquist to the Habs. Wouldn't that be something? I wouldn't mind Adam Boquist if we can't get Dahlin. Sorry.
Dahlin, get it right. You don't deserve him.
1-0 Capitals.
Oh, that was quick. The game happened yesterday, though, so.
17 seconds into the game. Ooh.
Not good, eh?
That turned around really quickly. You know what? That's John Carlson that passed the puck.
Speak of the goddamn devil.
That was a weak goal.
It's not good, eh? Is Freddie Anderson playing?
No, not Murray. Bad gloves, that goal.
Yeah.
I just want to send my well wishes to Cam Kennedy, who is on the travel of his life. Guy is over. I think he had a layover in Amsterdam. His girlfriend's in Scotland for I think a year or 2. Something like that. I don't know. Anyways, so he hasn't seen her since the new year. So he's going over there. Well wishes to him.
Yeah. What would have been worse? Landing in Amsterdam and watching that Leaf game, because he said he was watching the Leaf game on his layover. So he watched that entire meltdown in the third period in an airport in Amsterdam.
Yeah. I was thinking about him last night. After the game, I was like, Cam's watching this in 3 hours from now. Like, that sucks. It was like 11 o'clock, and I was like, oh, God.
For his sake, though, he didn't have the 15-minute second intermission like I did to just think that it was all the stars were finally aligning. He would fast forward right into the third.
Yeah, exactly. Probably. Oh, frig. Oh, just to clarify, so the draft lottery details by Sportsnet. For fans with a vested interest in teams outside the playoff picture, Sportsnet presents the 2018 NHL Draft Lottery on Saturday, April 28th on Sportsnet, CBC, and Sportsnet Now. That's a Sportsnet name drop, eh? The NHL Draft Lottery Special, hosted by Darren Millard and NBC's Catherine Tappan, will unveil the lottery results through the course of the evening. Picks 15 through 4 will be revealed during Hockey Central Saturday, beginning at 7:30. And the top 3 picks will be unveiled during the second intermission of the San Jose-Vegas game. The second intermission!
Are you joking?
That's like 11:30 at night. Or midnight.
They're just trying to get people to stick around, watch their damn game.
Oh my god.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
You know, in the words of our boy Jeremy Roenick, NHL, wake up.
That's how you make money, I guess.
That pisses me right off because they finally had something figured out with a little drama to it, and they had it worked out, and they just did a commercial break between the top 3 picks, and now it's like, here, we got something that's working and people enjoy, let's ruin it.
That's why it's on April 28th, I guess.
Yeah, but it's always like this time of year.
Yeah, I know. I just don't remember it ever being during a hockey game.
It was always like before a game.
Or like intermission of one, right? Man, I don't know what I'm going to be doing at 11:30 p.m.
I know what I won't be doing. Watching the draft lottery.
Yeah. How am I going to celebrate after that?
I think you'll figure it out.
If they win, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. If Montreal wins the draft lottery, I will lose my goddamn mind.
I'll beat my head off a wall. It'll just be the end of a great week.
Which head? Anyways, you want to get out of here? On that note.
Yeah, alright.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Sorry we're a couple of days late. We wanted the first round to be over with, and I wanted to watch a movie on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and sorry I didn't bring the energy. Man, if we would have done it Tuesday night, I would have been flying.
I know. It's a good thing we didn't. Alrighty.
Alright.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have some cool stuff to talk about next week. Maybe we'll have a lottery win to talk about.
We'll have at least one. Someone will have won the lottery this time next week. I don't know. Depends what time the second intermission of that game is. It might not be till we record.
Don't you love living in the Eastern time zone?
Yeah, because I lived in the Western time zone. And I love the Eastern time zone.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You did live there.
No.
Albeit brief, but you did.
It wasn't that brief.
Not brief enough.
Not brief enough, as they say. Alright, thanks everyone for listening. You can send flowers to my house. It's Black Armband Day.
And you can also send a bottle of scotch to his house, too.
Yeah.
I don't drink scotch very much.
Good thing you're sending it to my house.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks everyone. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Weeping widow, don't you cry. Looking back, I don't know why. All the time have you been waiting? You should feel like celebrating.